So what's happening? Just back with another album review. So Brat this time, the sixth studio album by Charli XcX, which has been by far probably the most hyped album of the year. So yeah, this is her first album after the 5 record deal with Atlantic. She is back with Atlantic, but it does look like this time there's a lot more freedom around the sound that she's went for. She does look like she's going back to her rave roots with producers and the sound she's going for. If you didn't know, Charli did start her career performing in raves as a teen, so this just fits her sound really well. But an album that sounds like Charli in parts and XcX World in others, but overall the songs are much quicker and shorter overall. So first 360, the opener, sort of like next level Charli, with Charli being a bit more self-referential this time and more metal lyrics. This seems to be a theme throughout the album, a bit of fun like wordplay as well, looking like an icon, working them angles. Yeah, 360. Very bouncy and great synths and like groovy. Then next you'd have club classics, again more synths, but this track's more of like a club anthem. One you can definitely like dance to. Simple lyrics that work with a throbbing beat to create this melodic thumping sound. In Charli fashion, it slows down towards the second half, only to finish even louder at the end with an instrumental focus. Third, we've got Sympathy is a Knife. More How I'm Feeling Now-esque. Charli details her insecurities of being number one. It's a lot more rough, with layers of reverb, adding a lot of depth to the vocal performance. Charli shows more vulnerability going into the next track. I might say something stupid, using reverb again, with a much more mellow beat, while it explores much more behind the curtain. Saw an interview with Charli where she expressed that she wrote the lyrics that basically how she would speak or think them, and I think here it did pay off. Next, Talk. So yeah, I can't get enough of this track. It's very XcX World or Aaliyah's interlude vibes. This track reminds me a lot of Girls Night Out or Good Girls of XcX World, in which she almost speaks the lyrics consistent of her basically wanting someone to approach her. It sounds like it could have come out in any decade, and it's a really consistent AGB, messy, loud, electronic but old school sounding. It feels right at home in like a city pop playlist. Next, Von Dutch, very metallic. It's like you're just in multiple car crashes, like in a good way. This is a bit of a like fuck you, this is my moment song. So, and yeah, I think I'm here for it. This like glitchy, gloomy synth back and forth to create like the perfect backdrop for that nightlife party girl glamorization. Then next we have Everything Is Romantic. Opens quite grand, like a Phoebe Bridges like closer or something, but then soon deludes into like an ecstasy of lightning and quick DJ drops and exciting interludes, scratches and sound effects. Charli laments the prospect of falling in love again and again in a foreign land. Just sounds larger than life, this song. Next we've got Rewind. In a similar fashion to 1999, Charli reflects on the days gone, but this time it's to points in her own life, not just her childhood, and points in her career, playing on thoughts of what if and pondering on the perks of success. It has this through line of a record scratching sound effect, which is really cool. Is So I. This is the song about Sophie. So this details a lot of Charli's regrets and struggles with him losing Sophie. References Sophie's single It's Okay to Cry even. The track is by far the most heartfelt cut on the album, and Charli struggles with the short amount of time that the two had together. Next up, Girl So Confusing. Another club tune. Charli reveals this possible one-sided relationship and that she'd had with a pop girlie. She never seems to be able to interest this girl or understand her, not for a lack of trying. The internet has hence gone wild with speculation to who it could be after airing the line. People say we've got the same hair.
Estoy con Charli XcX with Priscilla, hanging with Priscilla holding avocados. ¿Cómo está, señora?
Yes, good, thank you.
Okay, I'll just get started. So, I have to say that I love your music. One of my favorite songs that you have is Royals. Where did you get the inspiration for that?
Royals came from, just me looking at like how I'm from New Zealand, from like a small town, and like I'm not really part of that bougie like lifestyle culture, so I thought I'd write a song about it.
I immediately assumed obviously it was probably Lord and like the meme of it, but there's a credible argument for Marina and the Diamonds too. Nevertheless, another club banger with a thumping beat, and Charli's voice is sampled to give this great effect of like the repeating of it with a one-word chorus. Next, Mean Girl. So yeah, off the bat, with the Lana shout out, there's trying to be an anthem for like the Mean Girls and that. Typical groovy synths, but where this track goes wild as the pianos. It just blows it right out the fucking water. It's probably one of the hardest points on that album. And then it just ends in this frenzy of like joy and excitement. So yeah, I think go and have a listen to that tune. The last tune I'll probably speak about is Think About It All the Time. So yeah, it has this airy ambience. Charlie troubles herself with the possible hopes and like fears of becoming a mother, and if she ever will. It really delves into the almost inhuman experience of leading the life that Charlie's led, and her own career, and the insignificance it might mean in the grand scheme of things. All electronic and real boards are Canada vibes, but yeah, I think just go and give the album a listen. So overall, I'd say it surpassed expectations. Not only being probably the best album I've heard this year, but probably Charlie's most consistent and a best project. Everything down to the lack of features, I think, has even been a plus. I really feel like Charlie's put a best foot forward and like proved the industry wrong and made like a classic in the process. So yeah, probably a 10 out of 10 IGM, mate. It's like XCX World did a fat key in a bit.